Robbie Gould is probably one of the more underrated kickers in fantasy, I'd say, because he really does have a nice leg. I would say he's been pretty darn clutch for the Bears over the history of his career when they need him to make a kick to finish a game out or to tie a game up or whatnot. The problem I've always had with Robbie really is because of the team that he's on. He's in the Windy City. And hey, sometimes that can be a good thing if the wind is blowing the right direction, but a lot of times it's not. It's just not. And for Robbie, that always hurts his value in my mind. Again, we have to look at the offense that they're in. Jay Cutler. Hey, Jay's going to put a lot of points on. He's going to move the ball a lot this season in just about every game that he plays in. The problem with that is we don't always know where he's going to be moving the ball. It could be up the field or it could be going the other way as he's throwing 4 or 5 picks in a game. He's going to move the ball somewhere, but we're going to have to find out where. And in the games where he's moving it and he's doing really good, that's going to be a good positive for goal. When he's not, the ball's going the other way, that's not going to be good for goal because they're going to be behind in those games and they're not going to get as many field goal opportunity tries. So here's a guy that, to me, if this team is playing good and they're doing right, he's definitely a guy that you can start in your fantasy team. But on the other side of that, when they're not, he's definitely not a guy you'd want to have in your fantasy roster at that point in time. So because of that, if you do have Robbie, I would suggest that you at least have another guy on the side, go through some of those, maybe those down times that maybe this offense can go through. And so that way you're a little bit better protected as they went through, some down funks last year. And it was just hard for Robbie to be a consistent producer for your team every single week. Other than that, again, Robbie's got good skills. He's a talented kicker. If the team is playing good and the Chicago Bears are just coming out and having one of those years that they can have every once in a while that's just unexpected good success and they're fighting for a playoff spot, then this guy's going to have added value for that. With Robbie, I'd say he's worth owning in fantasy leagues, but just keep in mind that you're going to have to maybe bear through a couple of down stretches with